Hello everybody, welcome to the corner. My name is Travis, my username is Tpull, so the name of the channel is Tpull's Corner. And we've got a new deck. I was inspired by one I did recently. We went to the Explorer format and we did a deck called Make It Hurt So Good. And the star of that show was Walking Skyscraper. In an Explorer we could have cards like Ugin, which is kind of cool. But I know in Modern Standard there's a couple of cards that give Vigilance, and I thought that's perfect for the Walking Skyscraper because it has hexproof as long as it's untapped. So if I can keep it untapped, we'd be doing good. So I put together a deck for Standard. It's a white deck with artifacts. We use the white spells to give Vigilance. And find a couple of removal spells. I kind of skimped on the removal spells. So I'm not sure how well it's going to work. But we're about to find out. Sometimes, since you have 4 Patchwork Automatons, if you get 2 up front, they can actually do a lot of the work for you. But if he's got any kind of removal, he's already got enough to do a shock and
I've
pay
never
for
crashed
the
a
word
wedding
cost.
like this before. Let's bring things up to a simmer.
Now he can't pay for the ward cost, so he goes straight to face. So he's gonna try to burn me out. And that's why we have 4 copies of Circuit Mender. Specifically for mono
Just
red
when
burn.
I was having a good time.
That gives us as many as 8 extra points of life. So if we get a couple of them up front, we'll be doing good. We'll be doing well. Ooh, Mechanized Warfare. How many of those do you have? Okay, so we're going to save that for when we get the Walking Skyscraper. We really need some more land. We'll put some pressure on them here while they're tapped out. Circuit Mender gets to be a blocker. Don't mind losing it. When it leaves the battlefield, we get to draw a card. So if he uses removal on that, that's just fine. Hopefully he doesn't have more than one of those at the same time. He's got to have something, though. He wouldn't waste that spell, would he? Doesn't have the ward cost still. I like how mono red is outstripping us on land. That's just lovely. Yeah, you guys heard me talking. They heard me talking. Okay, wizard spies. You just heard me complain about not having any land. You can stop now. I've got enough for my Walking Skyscraper. We might be good without it. We might not even need it. We tried. We would be dead before we got the Skyscraper out, so instead we get rid of the Defender, like a classic chess move, and we're just all in. Just in the nick of time, but we can beat mono red with their A little mechanized warfare strategy. Let's go in and show you how the entire deck is put together after we check out our new card. I'll keep a salvage. I wonder how many of those I have now. I might have 4 by now. Let's see. Yes, I do. Okay, I have not used that card yet, so we are getting close to where we need to do a vehicle deck, I think. But for this one, we call it Vigilant Buildings, because we're going to take our artificial construct here, Walking Skyscraper, and give him Vigilance. We can do that with 4 copies of Homestead Courage, so we'll have as many as 8 chances, because it has flashback in the deck. And he has Trample, so an 8/8 Vigilant Trampler with Hexproof. That's 3 keywords on 1 creature. That's going to be pretty good. You will be vulnerable to board wipes, of course, but you can't have everything. Okay, the spell costs 1 less for each modified creature you control. Modified creature can be if you equip it with one of the creatures, the artifact creatures that have the equip symbol, or if you have a +1 counter on it, which the Homestead Courage does, that kind of thing. Help us out. We also have 1 copy of Radiant Grace. We can enchant a creature and give it Vigilance. We have Spectrum Sentinel, protection from multicolored. We get life whenever a non-basic land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control. Removal, destroys target creature or planeswalker, Fateful Absence. Banishing Slash, gets rid of target artifacts, enchantments, or a tapped creature. You just saw the Patchwork Automatons at work, and those are awesome. Ward 2 helps keep them on the field a lot longer than most other creatures. 3 of the Reckoner Bankbusters to draw through our land. Maybe if we're using these guys a lot for defense and they start to swing in anyway, we can save the automatons just by using them to power up the Bankbusters. We have a Phyrexian spell, 1 copy of White Sun's Twilight. We would save this until we had 7 mana, ideally, because if so, we destroy all other creatures. So we use it basically, we want to save it for an emergency board wipe. Atrax's Skitterfang is the other Phyrexian card we have in here. Enters the battle with 3 oil counters on it, so if I understand the rules right, even though I haven't done modified creatures with oil counters, the fact that it has an oil counter makes it a modified creature, makes it a Walking Skyscraper cheaper for us to cast. At the beginning of our combat on our turn, you may remove an oil counter. When you do, target creature your control gains your choice of flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, or Lifelink until end of turn. 1 automatic librarian, because I was looking in artifact creatures and nobody ever uses this, and I like Scry, so I've got 1 copy there. 4 circuit menders, so we can gain a little bit of life and draw through our deck when it dies. For flyers, 2 of Liberator, Urza's Battlethopter. We can cast it with Flash, and we can cast colorless spells and artifact spells as though they had Flash. So that could be important later. Whenever you cast a spell, if the amount spent to cast that spell is greater than the Liberator's power, Urza's Battlethopter's power, put a +1/+1 counter on Liberator. So that can be cool. We've got Runaway Trashbot, just 1 copy, 0/4. Not too bad to get out for a 3 cost, but he gets +1 for each artifact and or enchantment card in your graveyard. The only enchantment I think we'd have is if we lost Radiant Grace and it turned into Radiant Restraints. But he gets Trample as well, so if we lose all of our other creatures, we could build him, possibly. 3 copies of the Wandering Emperor. This will give us +1/+1 counters on anything on the field, which will help cheapen the Skyscraper's cost. Well, so you can flash it in and exile target tap creature that's attacking, perhaps. 1 copy of Tawashi Guidebot. When it enters the battlefield, we put a counter on a target creature we control, and for 4 mana, we can draw a card. For each modified creature we control, that cost becomes less and less. So we've got a little bit of... hang on, where is it? Circuit Mender. We've got a little bit of life gain with Circuit Mender leaving, and with the Reckoner Bankbusters, and with Tawashi Guidebot, we got a little bit of card draw. If we're not using Mightstone and Weakstone for a -5/-5 effect, we can actually draw 2 cards there. That 2 mana can be spent to help cast Walking Skyscraper if we don't have 8 lands out. We have one copy of our Gideon Avenger. We can spend a mana. The Avenger gets -1/-1, but we get our choice of Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, or Haste. One other board wipe, Vanquish the Horde, so if they're attempting to swarm us, we might be able to survive, and the 4 Skyscrapers themselves. Lands are simple, 21 plains, 1 Fair Basilica from Phyrexia to draw, 1 Field of Ruin if they have a troublesome land, like we face Titanium Melting, and Hollow Tagsin if we have extra time and mana, we can spend 4 and create a tapped Power Stone token and get all of these other artifact creature spells out easier with Power Stone tokens. So that's the deck. Let me go in and show you. We've got 20 creatures, and we've got a 3.3 average mana cost, which is slightly higher than normal, but we're counting on getting Skyscraper out for cheaper. So our real average is going to be less, as is almost always the case whenever I go over 3.0. So that's the idea. Let's see how we can execute. We'll see if the match lasts long enough, whether we win or lose, to actually get a normally 8 costing mana creature out. Not bad, half the combo already. We'll be able to cast Circuit Mender. That enters tapped. We don't have a 2 mana play, so that's good to enter it now. Is this going to be the pre-made deck with Unicult Anvil? They're going to have their own Circuit Menders. Could be a troublesome deck for us. Friend Power Suit, that's a little bit different already. Let's go ahead and throw some stuff out here.
Finally, I'm home. We've got the edge in this fight.
We do have to be wary of red having haste creatures. And they have Abrades. And Urborous Forge will probably kill us.
You're going to rest in pieces. Strike fast and strike hard.
Planeswalker.
Don't think a fancy dress means I didn't come here to fight.
They can afford, once they have their creature, to cast the Thran Power Suit on it, right? Or no, they'd already be the beginning of combat. I don't think they can spend to equip it by then.
This is a fun idea.
They exile the land. Trashbot is a good blocker. Oh, hello. Draw 2.
We've got the edge in this fight.
That gets rid of the Planeswalker.
This went way different than I expected.
For 4 versus a 3/1. Our trash bot is awesome. And in comes Walking Skyscraper.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
I don't think we're going to use these cards. These just became dead cards in our hand. Life is good. I don't care what kind of board wipe red and green have, they aren't getting rid of the Skyscraper now. That's just useless. Unless they have a combat enhancement effect. This is going to be fun. First strike to the skyscraper. Reading grace to the
Remember your
skyscraper.
training.
That's going to be permanent, so I can spend this somewhere else. Ta-da! Life is good. I was sure we were gonna die from Urbra's Forge. And he's giving up the ghost because nothing that he has in his hand is gonna help. We knocked out knockers. That was fun for me. Demonstrated the exact concept of the deck, exactly what I wanted. Sometimes I'm lucky I do that in the first match, but I'll settle for 2 wins in a row. And the rest, as far as I'm concerned, is just gravy. I was impressed by Walking Skyscraper as soon as I saw it. So I'm happy to be playing it in different formats, and it's still holding up well. It's performing well. I love it every time it gets out. I wish it had like some big stompy animation with it. That would be cool. That's a lot of land up front. I don't think I should complain. It gives me the skyscraper whenever I want, right? Oh, this could be difficult for us. Dang, they are fast. He can just sacrifice it if he wants. Doesn't matter either way. Yeah, it's useless. Didn't matter. They wasted their time. Destroy artifact. There goes Circuit Mender. This is a good combo because Exemplar counts as coming in by itself. Let's do this.
You started this fight, but I'm going to end it. I am almost sad to see you go.
They are not missing a land drop at all themselves.
Back to wandering.
Let's see if he likes the idea of trading the Steel Crusher for the Circuit Mender. He can do it right now. He doesn't need to tap the creature at all. I wonder if he'll just enlist with it and attack. Decide it's better just to keep it. That's disgusting, but at least he can equip it now. I just slapped the rabbit battery on Ryu myself. That didn't work out too well. You don't have free mana. Oh, he's going to attack with all of them. Make that trade. Alright, we just need our skyscraper. That's all we need. Yeah, this, as you can see on the left, it says cost modified, so it costs 3 to draw a card. But we can only do it once each time because we're tapping. They might be willing to get rid of their other stuff to pump up. Let's go ahead and draw. Patchwork. Take the patchwork. Can we do anything else? No. I think we're done. They can put that up 3 times in a row, and they have enough stuff. There's 4. We'll have to block with everything. 5. Do you risk it? Oh, he can put it on the line slash. He still had enough to make it 7. No blocks. This will work. You can make it an 8/8, and that's it. He's got to pay the ward cost. And we have flash. Yeah, baby. Okay. We're drawing for free. Just come on down, buddy. He's got haste, but okay, so he's got 1 warrior there, so he's not attacking there. I don't need that stop. There, we draw some more. Trash bot. And now we can attack. And we nibble away. Wandering Emperor is our safe card. We would like to get the Skyscraper someday. We've got 4 copies. Do you feel having 3 attackers is enough? No. How about if I create a Power Stone? We're flooding out with land, but we get free draws now. We get a Bank Buster. Bankbuster pumps up the 2 Patchwork Automatons and makes them ever more of a threat. And now we have more card draw. Okay, half the combo is ready. I should have attacked with Liberator, but I'm starting to move fast. Wizards doesn't like to have standoffs like this. They want the game to move along and conclude. It should be over by now, in their opinion. Okay, that gives him the 8-8. Attack with everyone? Come on. Bring it. Or if he does just one, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that would make him an 8-3? Bring it! Little puke. Chicken. Chicken. That's going to cost you, I think. That is going to cost you. Okay, so we're drawing. And we are drawing. Playing our land. Argivian Avenger. Pump up the Automaton and Liberator. We remember to attack with the Liberator. We don't make a Power Stone token yet because we want to use Wandering Emperor if we can. Whenever attacks alone, nobody cares about that card now. It's too late. It is way too late for you, my friend. The 2 Automatons are way too powerful now. I've got blockers for days. I've got land to do anything that I want to do. That guy's going to be lovely. Emergency plus up whenever I feel like. Activate ability. I feel like I should want to fly. I can fly! Life is so good. Oh man, I'm not even going to get to use my Skyscraper, am I? All of this draw, 4 copies, I've gone through more than half of my deck. Not one of the central feature of the entire concept of my deck. 4 copies! Where are you? Oh man. He decided that the guide bot was the big threat in the deck. Well, I guess that's all he had. He's kind of flooding out, isn't he? Oh, here we go. Showtime! Liberator gets pumped up. Good game.
Finally, I'm home.
Exile. Doesn't wait for it. Was going to lose all of his attackers. That's 3 wins in a row for us. That's partly why I don't edit anything. Ossification, excellent. I need more copies of that. Is so you guys can see I'm not cherry picking the videos. If I actually have 100% night, I just have 100% night. It's just what happens. Doesn't matter if it's mono red, if it's samurais. Now, what's weird is I haven't gone up against mono white Phyrexian poison yet. It's a little odd. Are people getting tired of it already? Or does maybe my deck's good against it and it's just gonna avoid throwing it my way? We have the combo. We have the combo. Can we get to it? 76 cards still in their deck. Oh, and they're a ramper too. Oh, we could be in trouble, especially if they're green-blue. They may have black, or they may not have black at all. They could just be using that only for digging the lands out fast. There's a Beast Caller. Beast Caller can pump up just like Automaton can, basically. Only their counters transfer. Oh, 2 in a row. That's kind of like the perfect for them. Perfect hand for them. More ramp. They're going to go through the entire deck real quick. Oops. You don't have any more basic lands? Or did they try and fight me? I was busy talking. I didn't watch what selection they made. Did they not realize we have the ward cost? I think they tried to fight me and it fizzled because they couldn't pay the ward cost. That's my story. That's what I'm going with. They're still not attacking. Shouldn't they be, like, using this opportunity to get their hits in while they can? I would like an Emperor at some point. That would be fun. Oh, never mind. That's what they're building
Trees
up for.
are old. The entire forest is an army.
The entire forest is an army. One, two, three, four. The +1 makes walking skyscraper cheaper. I figured they'd do that.
We can
I think I'm okay with land if they can't get this stuff out of the graveyard. They look like they're mono green. Shoot, do we take that land or not? Okay, let's be risky. 4 lands and that's what we're gonna go. Let's go. Oh shoot, I did that wrong. Okay, I still got 1 Homestead Courage, so we can still do something. Oh no. Thrune is a problem. Indestructible on his turn.
Grows mighty forests.
Okay, we're getting rid of the Planeswalker.
The forest will be overrun.
We are pumping up something else so we can afford the skyscrapers. Can't mess that up again. This can block the indestructible creature. I really need a Wandering Emperor. They're not having any problems getting land. They're at 7. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Exile a card from the graveyard. Why can't I block that? Oh, where's the... Oh, it's only the one attacking, right? Okay. Please don't have a battle tactic. Thank you. Oh, hello. This would set us all back, wouldn't it? But he's got Throne, and this would make sure there's no creatures. Does this tell you I have the board wipe? He's blocking everything. Why not? He can. Nothing gets through, right? 5 creatures. I got 1 card out of it. Everybody die now. Bump, 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 bump. You can bring down other creatures? I need to start over. I need 4 more lands. 1. Oh no. I'm not gonna make it. Well, they were willing to start attacking. I don't think I could have waited any longer on the board wipe. I mean, I could have tried to put down the... I guess I should have put down a skyscraper when I had the chance and seen if that would have held them off. And then maybe I could have held out longer to wait for Avabrook to show up, and then the board wipe would have done its work. Yeah, so they have hexproof. I'm dead. Very good, Magic. We had 3 wins in a row. I cleared the entire board, and you got exactly what you needed for lethal in 2 turns. They are not taking any chances. Do you think we scared them? So maybe I played that wrong. I could have gotten out a skyscraper for 4. Maybe I should have played for time instead. If I'd been able to hold out for 2 turns, and maybe I would have lost both of the skyscrapers in the board wipe. But it still would have gotten rid of Avabrook Caretaker. That would have been worth it. I would have been willing to start over from that point. So maybe when I have standoffs like that, I actually need to be even more patient. That was still kind of fun. Hey, Skitterfang shows up. Half the combo. Will this be Selesnya? Will this be the pre-made deck? Or will this be Phyrexia finally? It looks like the pre-made. Flyers are a problem. Automaton shows up right on time. And the rate at which Selesnya can scale means we might need a board wipe really soon. What's it need? 2 creatures? That's easy for this deck. They're going to get so much value out of having Rumor Gatherer up front and me not being able to remove it. Skitterfang. We'll just keep everything. They might have removal. The moment that we have face removal, we're probably dead in the water. Here's where they start to pop off. They'll have enough land, they'll be able to put down 2 creatures a turn, they'll be able to scry and draw. But, hello. What are you doing? Do they have a... They messed up. Oh man, he might still win, but that was kind of rough. Yeah, because I think the instant that they have costs 3 mana. We're getting rid of the flyer. I'm assuming they're just going to keep building up their forces. They're going to give up? That's not usual for that deck. I guess he just thought the mess up was too much. He didn't want to try and climb back up from it. Even though I was trying to wait for... Sometimes I'm not aggressive just because I want to show you guys the deck, but we did good on the second match getting the skyscraper out already. So we'll show you one more look at the deck. It's sometimes it can be depressing when you have 4 copies of a card and that's the one you want to highlight, and you go through 30 cards plus and it doesn't show up. You know, usually Magic is done pretty good about taking these expensive cards and throwing one in the opening hand, and that didn't happen nearly as often for this round of matches. Didn't really have Spectrum Sentinel play much of a role in this time around. White Sun's Twilight didn't come up just yet. The others all pretty much made an appearance. I usually see more of the Wandering Emperor, but she's been shy lately, so not as much of her lately. Which is strange because I'm used to playing her with just 1 or 2 copies, and she used to show up a lot more often. Now I have 3 copies, and I see her like once every 3 or 4 games. I was good to put in at least 1 Hall of Tagsin. I wonder if I have more copies. Let's see real quick. That's not necessarily a bad one to put in. Let me do it this way. Go search for you. We don't need that. There. Okay, I only have 1 copy right now, so I need to do more drafts of Brothers War and get that. That would be the only thing that I might think of changing up, is maybe adding in 1 more copy of that. So I do end up sometimes having standoffs, and during those standoffs I've got extra mana. If Tagsin showed up more commonly sooner, then that would make all of my stuff easier and cheaper to put down. But other than that, I'm kind of happy with the way that the deck played out. What do you guys think? Let me know. So remember to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for joining me. Have a good one.